I am lust in outward appearance, yet within me is control. I am the hearing which is attainable to everyone, and the speech which is indecipherable. I am a mute who does not speak, and great is my multitude of words. I am the one whom they called life, and you have called death. I am the one whom they call law, and you have called lawlessness. I am control and the uncontrollable. I am the union and the dissolution. I am the one below, and they come up to me. This is Barbelo, and those words were written somewhere between the 1st and the 3rd century of the Common Era. We don't actually know when or by whom, but they were buried in a red earthenware jar in the Egyptian desert, where they stayed for over 1600 years. And this full section is known as the Thunder Perfect Mind, and I encourage you to read the full text because it's extraordinarily alive and potent. There's this constant whiplash of paradox that doesn't ever resolve, and as I read it, I feel my belly tearing down the middle, relentlessly opened to greater awe and wonder. Barbelo is the first emanation in Sethian Gnostic cosmology. She's the very first thing that arose from the divine source. Before creation, before form, she's described as the mother, father, simultaneously feminine and masculine, the primal force, the first emanation of God. And in her union with the pure God force, all came into being. The earliest surviving written record of her is from around 180 CE, where the Orthodox Christian bishop Irenaeus was writing a furious refutation of heresy. So the first time she appears in history, it's in the words of a man trying to erase her. And yet, here she is. For my drawing, I worked with the amazing model and muse Sarah Pina, and as she was holding the pose, she said that she could feel some heat building in the palms of her hands. Now, these kinds of insights are absolutely invaluable to me, and they always get incorporated into the finished work. So I drew the flames leaping out from the palms of her hands. And then there were her eyes, which I had to erase multiple times before finally understanding, oh, she is blind. And I realized maybe she sees in a way that has nothing to do with sight. Maybe that's the point. And this is what drawing these figures does. It's like a slow conversation with something ancient where I don't always fully understand what's being said until afterwards, or sometimes not until years later, sometimes not at all. So if you find this intriguing as I do, if you want to follow this conversation as it continues, I'd love to have you here.